1936, on a steamy summer day somewhere in the United States, an old car screeched to a halt outside the local hospital. In the car, behind it, sat Mr. and Mrs. Sam Zuckerberg, who were rushing to the maternity ward where a blue-eyed boy was born and was given the name Roy. 65 years later, Roy arrived in Beersheba. Realizing he wasn't in Eilat, he consoled himself with a meal at the local university's cafeteria, where he ordered a steak without sauce and without side dishes. That's the Way Love Goes by the Spinners was playing in the background, taking Roy back to the poolside at the Beverly Hills Hotel where he had spent his holiday the previous year. Then too, the song played in the background, and just as it ended, a long-haired man sat down next to him. The two immediately bonded, and Roy decided to take his new friend, a striving singer, under his wing. The two spent the next 5 days together, swimming and talking. Unaware of his new friend's identity, Roy proceeded to give him professional advice on how to advance his musical career. At the end of the vacation, Roy discovered that his friend was the singer Neil Young. Young's successful career did not change as a result of this encounter, but he did report a significant improvement in his butterfly stroke. Invigorated by his holiday and inspired by the long hours spent at the pool, Roy returned to Beersheba, where he had visions of clean, cool water running in the desert riverbeds, like his favorite Diet Coke over ice, and created what soon became the world-class Zuckerberg Institute for Water Research. Here, he discovered the excitement of scientific discovery and the passion of being involved in a project with life-saving applications and international impact, while keeping his father's legacy alive. This was not the first time that he had contributed to the community. He also supported the North Shore Long Island Red Cross and Jewish Health System, and prior to that, the Schubert Theater on Broadway, which, thanks to him, tripled its sales of tickets to Chorus Line. Meanwhile, in Beersheba, Roy didn't stop working. While other tourists were purchasing wooden camels at the local Bedouin market, Roy became the chairman of the board of Ben-Gurion University, bringing with him inspiration, initiative, leadership, stability, and a Nikon camera with photos of sentimental value. If found, please return to the administrative offices. Later, after transforming the university's investment committee into one of the most successful in Israel and initiating the chairman's council, he fell in love with the Idon Reichel Project's music. It wasn't enough to get up and dance, he also spearheaded an effort to encourage alumni giving and gave generously for a wide variety of projects, from the Honors MBA program to student association initiatives. In addition, Roy supported the establishment of a nanotech fabrication facility and the emergency campaign during Operation Cast Lead, and a whole new generation of future musicians at the Netivot Yoram School. Most significantly, Roy served as a particularly inspiring chairman of the university's Board of Governors. That's quite an output. And now, 11 years after he arrived in Beersheba, Roy is sitting watching this film and thinking, I should have asked Neil Young for his autograph.